come to East Grinstead, and I'm going to do the section that goes from East Grinstead down to Horsted Keynes via Kingscote, and I decided to come and park up here. I'm currently in the refreshments carriage, which is very nice, and yeah, well worth a stop here. East Grinstead station is at the northern end of the Bluebell Railway and is on the same location as the Network Rail station, which is very convenient obviously for visiting customers, and also has a line which we're about to see come just over this fence here, which connects onto the Bluebell. So if we have visiting mainline locomotives like Flying Scotsman and Britannia, they can actually come onto our line through that line there. And here we see Sir Archibald Sinclair, a rebuilt Bullied Battle of Britain class locomotive that's resident here at the Bluebell Railway, arriving with the first train of the day coming up from Sheffield Park. Well, with Archibald suitably connected up, I'm getting onto the train and we're going to head on down to Kingscote. There you see the line blending in that joins up to the Network Rail, and here we are crossing the Imberhorn Viaduct on the south side of East Grinstead.
Beneath the shadows of this quiet town, I see you there, the feathers on the ground. Your eyes are heavy with the weight of the world, lost in a life you never could have earned. Even if you never flown before the storm, don't let your worries weigh you down, down. You can still take flight, although you're earthbound.
Well, I've now come down to Kingscote station, which is the first stop if you're coming south from East Grinstead. And for me, this is the prettiest station on the line. And I always suggest it's well worth getting off here and having a good look round, and also getting a coffee and an ice cream, or a coffee and an Eccles cake or something like that. A lovely place.
Is there any delivery, John? Or we
No, so I've sorted it.
Right,
Okay, so now my train has left me here at Kingscote. Let's have a look around. As I said, it's a very picturesque station, and well looked after by the volunteers who work here. In the background there you see the SECR wagon. There's a little area here where you can look around various wagons, the guards van there. And then over on the far side there, behind that station building, there's an open grass area, which we'll have a look at a little bit later on. And let's also have a look at Kingscote signal box. I'm not going to try and explain all the different controls here, but this one does have this remarkable fully restored control system, which is very different from any of the other signal boxes. And I say it's certainly worth going and having a look up there and having a chat to the signalman if he's up for it, to explain exactly what all this is. But this is as I say, a remarkable job that's been put in here. Beautiful restoration job. I've already said that I'm a volunteer at the Bluebell Railway, and as this sign indicates, we're looking for volunteers. Kingscote is looking for volunteers, as is many operations on the railway. Much of the railway is run by volunteers, so if you're interested, certainly worth getting in touch. And here, by the way, is the hall, Whitwick Hall, just arriving with the second service train of the day, pulling a beautiful rake of Maunsell coaches.
Morning, Liz.
And then this train will be off up to East Grinstead. Okay, here's a look from the front side of the Kingscote station, and then a walk through from the platform to that area I mentioned a minute ago where the wagons are parked for us to go and have a look at. And as you can see here, There's a lot of information portrayed on these boards. Certainly well worth spending a few minutes having a look through. This is just a quick walk around. And then on the far side there you can see some trucks and that guards van. And let's have a look into Kingscote station itself, into the main station building. There was quite a lot of restoration work done very recently. I think they've done a fabulous job. And then out onto the platform. On our right you'll just see the underpass, the steps down into the underpass there that will take us through to the opposite platform. And here comes Whitwick Hall back from East Grinstead, heading back south. And it's due to stop so that people can get off and relax here, but also to wait for the Golden Arrow lunchtime special coming through. This gorgeous rake of Pullman cars pulled by the Stirling Class 01, I should say 01. Pullman will go straight through up to East Grinstead, and that will then release Whitwick Hall to head on back down, first of all to Horsted, Keynes, and then of course on to Sheffield Park Station. And as I said, if we walk out from the back of platform 2, here's this grassy area, and that little shack there is a very nice little cafeteria. Coffees, teas, ice creams, soft drinks, chocolate bars. And there's also this area here, which is great if you've got a family, somewhere for the kids to play very safely. Swings and roundabouts and slides. So as we have this almost final look around Kingscote station, here comes the Golden Arrow back from East Grinstead, and it's going to stop to wait for Archibald Sinclair with the train that I originally came down on. It's going to take me back up to East Grinstead. Well, there's the 01 waiting, and here comes Archibald Sinclair up with the train that I'm going to get on to head back up to East Grinstead. Well, I hope you found this part of the video of looking around Kingscote of interest. I think it's, as I said before, a lovely little station and well worth stopping and spending a little time on it. But now it's time for me to head back up to East Grinstead, as I say, and then head on home. Well, if you've watched this video, and I do hope you've also watched part one, the previous video I did here, which covered, of course, Sheffield Park and Horsted Keynes, I hope you found it interesting. I think the Bluebell Railway has a lot to offer, and I hope it also might inspire you to think about becoming a volunteer. But as I said before, the railway is largely run by volunteers, and we certainly do need more. So if you have time, please think about it. Plenty of information about what volunteering opportunities that there are up on the Bluebell Railway's website. Have a look for the link just down below on this video. Meanwhile, we're heading back through the Sussex countryside, and we'll shortly arrive back to cross the Imberhorn Viaduct and head back into East Grinstead, where I will disembark and head on home. So as I say, thank you very, very much for taking the time to watch this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you again in a future one.